Very good evenings to President of CPMs, Council members, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great honor to be with you here, especially to these lovely occasions of looking forward to see who has contributed to the national development in any forms. And I would like to congratulate the presidents for coming with the idea of encouraging the future leader. There is a hope for it. You may not be the winner today, but you will look forward how to become the winner next year. All right. And it's a great honor. I'm so happy to see for the first time in maybe 20 years, I can see this development in Sri Lanka, because I came into Sri Lanka when from airport with my presidents to this hotel, Salman Grand, was taking around 2.5 hours to 3 hours. Because I remember every corner, it was a stop and checking the passport. And today, we can spend about 30 minutes. So I can see the tremendous development after the post-civil war in the countries. And I have been involved, and I have seen the great leader in this country. And it's a very honor to be with you here and to share some of my experience from management science universities and seeing development of the many leaders which I have involved directly with them in this development of the nations. Leadership is always a topic which everybody is talking about it. But to me, leadership is not the person he is going to manage the organization. A leader must be a person opening the door of the opportunities. A person can bring the changes to avoiding all these excuses we do. For example, today, I come always every month, more or less, and everybody will keep complaining about IMF, all right, government, past president, all right, and now there is a new topic he has opened, tariff, all right, and is sitting from breakfast till the bed talking about it. But do we achieve anything? But to me, if we look to every single problem around us, there are tons of opportunities. All right. For example, US put it in tariff. I was with some of my own students in Malaysia. They said what to do. I said, forget about US. Close the map. It's only one country with a 250 or 300 million population. What about the other countries? There are tons of opportunities. But if we look in depth how to turn the problems to the opportunities, well, there is a good market. For example, British, they buy the Sri Lanka tea, they brand it, and resell it back in Sri Lanka. Coffee bean, rebranding the Sri Lanka tea, and sell it back to the Sri Lanka with 100 times higher price than the original price. Why? Because in the country, we don't look to the opportunities. You have the best spices in the world. One of my students, he says, what to do? I said, till today we call spices for the cooking the food. But if you look to the opportunities, we can turn the spices to the treatment. Why you want to sell the spices just for the food or something else? Why not we sell the spices for the people to become healthier? Today, there are great opportunities. Many Europeans today, all right, they want to give up the Western medicine. Many spices in Sri Lanka is one of the best. You don't believe me? You go to UAE, you go to Kafur. You can see the Indian or Indonesia salaman, a stick is there. They sell it about 50 to 70 dirham. But next to it is a Sri Lanka one. I have seen the price, I have photos, I can prove to you. The price of the Sri Lanka is spices for salaman is 185. You can see the differences is that. Now, the things is coming, how to make challenges for it. I have put few slides for you, but I will give more my own experiences in Sri Lanka as we go on. Okay? To be a leader, all right, what you need to be, set the example. Be the role model. Don't try to keep pointing the problems to the others. And try to show the good example of it. Be around. But sad part, when I look into the Asia, most of the leaders, they sit in the room, all right, and they want to do the remote control. They don't move around. That's gone. And that challenges we are going to look is, all right, what CPM is doing. Reward the best leaders in the country. Encourage everyone. Why not you become the next for the next year? Do more back to the society you do. You train your organizations rather than just to be a followers, your organizations to become the creator. For example, today, you may have some of the product of 3M, it's American product, pharmacies and many, you can see that product all over the world. Now there are about 140 years old companies. For every single ideas created and become the business model, you become the part of the business. You are a shareholder. Sometimes in Malaysia, people, they will say that, oh, this young generation, they don't want to work. They will keep living. I say, of course they will live. If they give you the ideas and they know you are going to make a lot of money and you don't give anything to them, why they need to say they will go somewhere else? And that is where you make the people to feel the belonging to the organization. All right? Now, how to show the way to them? Set the example. I have done a lot of research on the leadership. The biggest problem among the leader, we talk a lot, but we don't show the example. We say to the people, you need to come on time every day, and the person he don't come on time every day is a leader. We say we need to do this, but we never do it. And that is a big problem. We have a communication gap in our leadership. People, they don't have a dare to talk to something to the manager or senior people. They are worried about that. Why not we break the communication? We allow anybody can talk. Then we can see there are a lot of ideas is becoming. The paper sticker you are using today, the colorful yellow, pinks, and everything. Please go back to Google and read it. Who created the office boy in the 3M companies? He come up with the idea and accepted. He become the part of the business model. An office boy. Today, do we allow the office boy to say something? That is our biggest challenge. Maybe they have some good ideas. They can do the wonders if we have a good listener. The problem we are facing among the leaders, we are not a good listener. We are a good talker, but we don't listen. And that is the biggest challenges which through my research I have found it. How to overcome that. Now, to overcome this, all right, once you come back with the concept ideas, all right, don't be a dictatorship. Be open, good leaders. Open the door of the opportunities. Think very carefully when you go back tonight. If you allow the people in your organization to bring the ideas and turn around the organizations, all right, and you are going to reward them or you are going to make them shareholders in the companies, see what will happen. There are tons of ideas will coming. 1996, Siemens, German product, in Malacca, Malaysia, all right? And they have very proud of it, German. We are one of the best organizations, and everybody, they love the leaders. I said, that's something wrong. I was with the CEO. I said, I can't believe that. He says, no, we do survey, and all surveys show that we are the best leader. I said, can I do something different to prove that you are wrong? We took the challenge. I said, okay, I will prove that you are not a good leader. Why? Yes, you put the survey, everybody go through computers to vote. Definitely they will vote good to you. What I do, we took the corner of every factories, we put the box, we sealed the box, and we said that is, there is no camera, everything is closed down. You put the vote. He got the shock. Nearly 61% of them, they were not happy from the leadership roles. They says they don't have anybody to talk. They don't have anybody to raise the problems. He was looking to me. I said, be a good listener. Open the door of the opportunities. If they bring the single ideas, and that ideas is going to be positive, you reward them. But the problem we face among the managers, all right, we don't accept the change leadership. And that is the biggest challenge. There are many researchers, there are many things written, all right? Yeah, there are many books today, but I will tell you, the books is just a gateway to open the door for you. But your experiences is a very, very important. You practice it. It may not be perfect. You practice again. You keep practicing. The books is, to me, is like a love stories. There is a research is done on the authors, they write a love story book. Very interesting to you. 85% of them, they have not married yet. Because if they don't marry, they can write the love story book. Leadership is all is experiences. Yes, the book education is very important. They show the map to us. But we need to experience that. We need to see the changes. Today, you can see it not only in Malaysia, in Sri Lanka, everywhere. We talk about Generation Z. They don't want to listen. Of course they don't want to listen. About 10 years ago in Malaysia, they write it. Minister in the country, he pointed is, we need to do something to this generation. I wrote it in the newspaper. I said, there is nothing wrong with this generation. They don't want to sit in the meeting for a few hours to listen. They want different way of managing them. They have all the answers. Sometimes if we bring them part of the organization, they have a lot of good ideas. And that is a very important, how we become the good model. Governance is the biggest challenges today. All right? And a few weeks ago, someone was saying, we need to stop the corruption. I said, how many kids you have? He says, 2. I said, is it they go to a school? They says, yes. He says, one is in the high school, one in the school. I said, you know you are also corrupted. He says, no, I'm not corrupted. I'm a good man. I said, no, I can tell you are corrupted. And you practice corruption. He looked at my face. He says, why you say that? I said, your eldest son, you say he's going for the sitting for the national exam. Am I right? He says, yes. I said, what you promise? He looked at me. He says, if he do very well, I'm going to take them to Tokyo. I said, this is a model of the corruption. Very simple. Every of us, we do corruption in our life. But we point to the others. And that is the biggest problem we are facing. Why corruption? If we are open to society, there is no corruption. Corruption is everywhere. But a good leader, he set up the good example. And that is where the question of the governance is the biggest topic all over the world today. Sometimes we sit in Sri Lanka, all right, we keep complaining about Sri Lanka. But if you go back to look to the other countries, sometimes they're worse than the Sri Lanka. Because I love Sri Lanka and I tell you the truth about it. Because I travel a lot and I know what is happening around the world. All right? Yes, you look carefully. Always in all my speech I will say that. Tonight you go back to think carefully. If tomorrow you become president or minister, what you will do? Think carefully, and if you see me another time in Sri Lanka, you answer my question. But successful organizations is becoming from the vision the leader will set. A leader will show example. I have done the research, I have seen that. For example, you said to everybody, you need to work out, you need to stay late night. But the first person he leaves the organization is a leader. Where you set up the example. There is a study done, you can Google for it. 80% of American children, they learn smoking, drinking from their parents. They learn from the parents. To the generation, they learn the corruption because of the leader. If you don't set the example, that is the big challenges we are facing among our own kids, among the future leaders. That is what is going to happen. And that is where initial leader is to open the door of the opportunities, make the thing changes. Put values for it. I have said that in many of my occasions in Sri Lanka. If Sri Lanka wants to be successful, don't make the education free. In Malaysia, yes, education we give free. But how we do? Everybody needs to apply for the loan. It's government loan. You apply and you need to pay it back. But it becomes free. How? If you become first class. You take the loan, you pay for your study. If you become the first class, whether it's a government or private, you don't need to pay back. We open challenges. Think very carefully. When you were a small kid, your parents give you the money, am I right? You just spend as you wish, am I right? You never think. Do you agree with me? But when you have your own money, you are very careful. If we put to the leader and everyone in the organization, they feel belonging to the organization will be changed. That's why the Japanese are very successful today. People, they feel the self-belonging. This is my organization. And they contribute. And to move on, all right, What we need to do, you develop the good framework as a good leader. What we need to do changes. And biggest problem we are facing, there is no framework in the organizations. And I wish CPM will start to come back with another locations, all these winners, to share that, what they have contributed to the organization. Share among everyone. That become the good examples. And that will open the bigger challenges we do that. You need to express yourself, say things, communicate it. And what is becoming important, the impact is going to be there. We don't see the impact maybe today, we may see it tomorrow, or we may see it after 1 month. But what you see today is a tremendous changes we will see today. Japanese industries today, Toyota, Nissan, I have been with the Nissan nearly about 20 years. They do wonderful because they are open. Why? They have a very good system. I just share with you. You have seen that in Japan, the prime minister, they keep changing every month, like you're changing your shirt every day. But country will move on, am I right? Fundamental of the Japanese is very simple. You can take over the job, but you are not allowed to make the changes, but you can make the improvement. You are not allowed to make the changes. But what we do here, as soon as we take the seat, we want to blame the previous one. We keep making changes. And there is no improvement. And that is a problem we face. And that's why the Japanese today are successful. Another example, IBM. Today they are successful. Why they are successful? Because they make changes through the process. They don't wait for it. Many times I ask from people, you talk about tariff. So what is a big deal? What your changes? Oh, we are thinking. I say, till you think everything is gone. I asked from one of my good friends, I said, have you had a meeting with everyone to discuss? No, I'm thinking. I said, you are only the one. Why not you involve everyone? Today we are concerned about AI. To me, AI is only the tools. AI cannot change human. AI, they don't have a human values. AI, they don't have empathies. And it cannot replace the leader. It's a machine. Why your worries? Yeah, they are going to change. Today you go to China, most popular countries in the world. But what is good to eat is? All right? Still they use a robot to serve the food to the customer. What they do, they force people become entrepreneurs. There is no free job. In China, there is no free job. You don't work, no money. Simple as it is. And that is a good model. And sometimes I will say that because we have been in Bangalore, in India, now we are in Hyderabad. We have our programs there. In the country which the medical program is famous, MSU, we are 25 years, we are offering our medical program in India because we show them we can break through the line. And always among the academicians, they says, what is happening? I say, sometimes the communist ruling is the best ruling. China is successful today because it's a communist. Sometimes democratic, it don't work at all. That's why they have changed. And in India, still they keep talking. We want to be the great country. But They don't look to the root of the issues because always is a politics they talk about it. And one of the good things IBM is do, Microsoft they make changes very fast. They don't wait for tomorrow. And to do this, all right, another example, Coke. They're one of the successful industries in the world today. What they do is the framework they develop in such a way is a long-term vision. Don't put the problem underneath the carpet. Today, if you look to the very good examples of Starbucks, if you have, you don't have it here, you have seen it all over the world. They are failure in the industry. Why? The biggest mistake was a previous CEO. He thinks he wants to save money. He ignored, please listen carefully, he ignored the feedbacks. What he do? They come to see through the camera. There are people, they go corner, they will take more milk. Or they will take 1 or 2 more extra sugar. He said, oh, why not we do this? We take everything, you go to the counter and you ask for them. Many customers, they complain. Sales drop. War in Palestine put the more salt on injuries. New CEO came back. After he do the research, he find that, oh, my God, we do the big mistake. Put the milk outside, put the sugar outside, because they don't want to listen. They don't want to get the feedback. That is the biggest problem industries is facing. If you sell people to come to you and they give, oh, customers are not happy. Oh, I'm in 20 years experience in this, don't talk. I know what I'm doing. We don't listen to the feedback. And that is a problem they face. And there are many case studies which I use in my teaching, Coke failure and success. When they listen, they become successful. When they move with the leadership, just listening to the leader, they become the failure in many cases of the new product development. What is important of change, especially in today in terms of the governors? All right, let's set up the example. If we say we need to do the cost saving, we need to do this, first we start with ourselves. We practice it before we say it. We practice it before we say it. But the sad part today, we say it and we never practice it. And that is becoming very important, especially in the world of the SDG. Have we developed a concept of what we want to contribute back to the society? What is our contributions? Because the world is changing today. And I would like to propose to CPM, SDG contribution, maybe the next award you need to think about it. Reward the organization on SDG contribution to the society. In any form, there are 17 flagship, all right? What they were contributing back to the society is becoming very important. My university, we have challenges. If you look to the time higher education, today we are top 100 impact universities. We are not happy because my president, he has given 3 years timeline to be the number 1 in the world. It's challenges. We need to do a lot of changes. We need to do so many things. It's not easy to become number 1 in the world. We start to be in the number 1,400 4 years ago. Today we are number 100 in the world. But still he's not happy. He says we are not number 1 yet. All right? Because we want to put impact to it. How to change this? All right? These are some of the points. All right? We need to understand, all right, the world is changing, AI is coming, ChatGPT is coming. It's okay. Don't stop them. But teach them with the value. I encourage my postgraduate, use the ChatGPT, but don't cheat. Why not? There is no issue about that. Can we stop them? We can't stop them. But what is important, all right? We need to understand technology is going to keep changing. Sometimes I have faced the challenges here, not only here in India. I was in QS in India back in the late January this year. A professor, he was talking a lot about the AI. Then during coffee break, he asked me, "Can I have your name card?" I said, "I don't have a name card, but I show my QR code." I said, "Can you do this?" He says, "I don't know how to use it." I said, "You keep talking about the AI, but you don't know how to scan the QR code?" Then I give my card. The point is, all right, every of us, we need to change. We need to use technologies. The world is changed. And technology is becoming more and more friendly to us. And what is going to be important, all right? We need to be agile. We need to accept the changes. And the biggest challenges I have seen during our research is that the leaders are not agile. They keep talking the same thing again and again and again and again. And I have few formula for you from my experience and the research. I'm working with the Japanese. These are some of the things you need to look to it. Don't worry, I have given the PowerPoint to CPM. They will share with all of you. There is no issue about that. But that is what I love. Number one, a good leader must have a purpose in their life. Every of us, one day we are going to die. But what is important, we want people to remember us for the contribution we have done. That is what we need to have purpose in our life. And also, we need to look to the improvement. We don't blame anyone. No one is perfect. Why not we open the door of the opportunities for the improvement? And to do this, we need to engage, move around. A good leader is a leader, he never sits in his office. Today you are a leader, you get bonus, you get increment, not because of you. Because of the people that support you, am I right? Have you do something to them? From that agreement, have you spent some money on your colleagues buying the lunch for everybody? I don't think so we do that. Please do that. Because the position we are in today, or position we are going to take in the future, is because of the contribution of everyone. We need to appreciate them. In any form you can do it. And to do this, okay, sometimes you sit down and think, what I'm doing is correct. Always in my leadership training, I will say that before you shout to someone, before you say to someone something, look to the mirror, look to your face. If someone says this to you, how you feel it. If you feel good, please do it. If you don't do it. We need to think carefully. And to do this, all right, always let's be a bit humble. We don't show it off. Become simple. Young generation, they don't want to go back to the past. They want the future. And to manage this, all right, satisfaction is not enough. We need to see the smile of the people. And we use this award today to see the changes. to the future leader. And we want to see that is every of you here, you can contribute back to the country, especially during this tough time, political crisis all over the world. What we can see, what is going to happen between the India and US and those challenges. Don't worry about it. We need to know it. I read it. I want to know it. But not because I want to involve on it. I want to see what I want to do for me, for my universities in the future. We don't stop with that. And for you, all right, don't worry about the tariff. Don't worry about IMF. These is all political game. Can we do changes? No. We can make the changes if we just think about it, but we do different way. And Sri Lanka, you have a land of opportunities, many things, from your spices to your tea, to the tourism industries, the wonderful in the opportunities, all right? If you think carefully, if you work together, and I believe that Sri Lanka can be a best nation in the world. Thank you and enjoy your evening.